Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today I decided I would try the one dip challenge. The only thing that I feel like is going to be super hard is my eyebrows and eyeshadow. The rest of it, one dip should be fine. So let's get into it. Let's see how much of a disaster this turns out to be, because I kind of feel like it will. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you feel like it, but let's jump right into the video. So the primer that I use on the daily is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I don't really know how to do like one dip of this because I usually just do like one swirl with my finger, and that's how much product I pick up, so I guess I'll just do that. I've seen this as kind of like a growing trend on YouTube. I've seen a couple people do it, but I think it's kind of fun because then you see, like, you get a good sense of if you're using way too much makeup, because trust me, some people do use a little too much makeup. I know for sure I do sometimes. Like, I will really cake it on, and then at the end of the day when I'm removing it, I'm like, I think that was a little much. But yeah, let's just kind of keep going and see how this goes. So for my brows, I'm going to use the Milani Stay Put brow color because, I mean, it's what I use every day anyways. But I definitely use more than one dip of this stuff. And I just cleaned my brush, so it's not like I have any excess product on it. But I think I'm gonna kind of shape the tail first. That's like a little bushy. Just kind of fill in the sparsity of my brows. Oh no. Really run out of product. I wish I could move like areas that I used way too much product, like on the tail of this brow. I used way too much product. I wish I could just like move that excess product to the front where I need it. I really need to get my eyebrows done too, but I've just been really lazy. So the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Foundation, I have the color set Light 70W, and I'm just going to take one pump on my hand. Usually I will mix this with like a more full coverage foundation. Like, I'll take the Maybelline Superstay and I'll do like half a pump of each to make like one full pump. And I'm just gonna blend this out with a damp sponge. I do usually blend my foundation into my neck because my neck, my face, and my chest like never match for some reason. I just don't ever have like a super matching natural body. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Liquid Concealer and use this as my eyeshadow primer. And just get that all blended out. So I grabbed the Colourpop Give It To Me Straight palette. I didn't break any of the shadows when I dropped it. Cool. And so I guess we'll just kind of start with lighter colors and, like, I don't know, build it up. So I'm gonna take Matter of Fact and do one dip and blend that out. I can already tell this is going to be super hard. Then I'm going to go into Truth Hurts and just place this on the outer V. and blend that into the crease. Oh, good Lord. I really hope this doesn't turn out to be like a patchy, terrible mess. I definitely went with a Colourpop palette because I wanted it to be very, very pigmented so that those pigments would carry, you know. Then I'm going to go into Frank. I feel like with this challenge, you should be able to do like one dip per eye and like one dip per eyebrow, not just one dip in general, because that's definitely not enough product. Again, it's hard to like even it out, but then it wouldn't really be a challenge. It would just be like a lot easier to do. Next up, I'm going to take the NYX glitter glue, and it's not like you use a lot of this anyways, and it's a squeezy tube, so that's kind of cheating because you can squeeze out however much product you want. But with this, you don't typically use a lot anyways. So I'm just going to kind of lazily cut my crease with it. Taking this flat pressed brush, I am first going to go into the color Straight Up. And I'm going to tap this on the outer, well, more like the center. And tap this more towards the center and kind of blend that into the outer edge. See, shimmer is the one that's going to be hard because I usually do like 3 or 4 dips into a shimmer and really try to get that like massive color payoff and get that all blended in. I mean, that's looking pretty good. Then I'm going to go into Up Front on the other side of the same brush. And tap that in, and also place that on my inner corner. I like it so far. It's really cute. And I'm surprised I got my inner corner done too. Sweet. I guess I'm just gonna kind of, don't worry, there's no additional product on this brush. I'm just using it as a blending brush. Just gonna try to blend that out because I do have a lot more pigment in this outer corner than I do on this one. With no extra product, just going back in and blending my heart's desire. Maybe I could take a little bit of Actually, just like one small little dip of Actually. I'll put it on this outer V and really blend it into this one. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with my face concealer. So I have the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the color Light Peach. And I have a lot on the doe foot here. My nose does need a little bit of that extra coverage. I didn't really get a ton on my nose to begin with. Just kind of wipe off the whole stick. Typically, I do only need like one dip of concealer, but I'll dip it a couple times because I don't place, I wipe off the excess product and then go back in and get the rest of it, but it is equivalent to like one dip, I think. But just because I don't need like a ton of product, like a ton of concealer all over my face, because I don't really have that much to cover. I mainly use this as like a brightening effect to my face. Now, I really wanted to cream contour today, so usually I use the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick. This is in the color F13, but I'll just do one swipe of product because this is super dark, super pigmented, and you don't need a lot of product to begin with. So I feel like this is definitely going to be enough. This is another one of those products that I use multiple times during my makeup application, just because I don't want to get a lot of product off at once. So, you know, like multiple swipes or multiple dips, just because it is very, very pigmented. Okay. I don't think I should have done that with the one dip challenge, but so I have my powder here. It's the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder, but I did put it in a Coty Airspun container just because the container is awesome. So I'm going to take my Blendiful and I am just going to do one dip of powder. Alright, so this is a lot of powder. Okay, so I just kind of patted down the places that I wanted to powder, and then I'm just blending it all in, kind of pressing it into my skin. Okay, so for my lower lash line, I think I have to go with a different color because otherwise it would be like technically a second dip in something else. So I think I'm going to go into BS because I don't think I used that one. Like trying not to tap off my brush. And I'm just going to pack this on the lower lash line. Yes, Colourpop, come through with the one dip challenge. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Look how like neutral and I don't know, cute that look is. I don't know what to say. So that initial like first brush that I was using, I am just going to use that to soften up the under eye area. Okay, so I'm going to go into the Maybelline Fit Me powder in 355 Coconut. I'm going to take my big brush and I'm just going to do one swirl of it. And then just kind of tap this where I want to bronze my face. Kind of condense it down a little bit so I get like a really nice blend. Then I'm going to go into a little bit of the Aesthetica bronzer with this e.l.f. blending brush and just take one dip of this and just really make sure that my cheekbones are nice and carved out. So this is the Colourpop Interstellar blush in Meteor, right? I think Interstellar is actually the other color, but it's from the She's Got Solstice collection. So this is like that warm terracotta-y kind of color. And so I'm just going to do a swirl and pop some on. This is the other problem. I like a lot of blush on my face. Like I do wear an excessive amount of blush, and I'm okay with that because I like the way it looks when I'm really blushy. I don't know if I can really get this like blended out in like just one swipe. Okay. So I do have the Milk Cosmetics Kush Fiber Brow Gel, And so I will use one dip of this. So this is like a tinted brow gel in like a deep brown. So for highlighter, I have the Colourpop Super Shock in Flexitarian. So I'm just going to do one full swipe of this and do one of these things. Alright, so for mascara, I am going to go in with the Essence Lash Princess, which I love. I love this mascara. It's so good. So I'm just going to add a little bit to my lower lash line first. So I'm going to use the Colourpop Ultra Blotted Lip. I'm just going to kind of swirl that in there. I don't know why I keep closing this. I'm using the little Fenty highlighter because I was too lazy to go get my actual mirror. My hair is just an absolute mess today, and I've just come to terms with it, and I accept it for what it is. It's like just kind of crazy, but I'm okay with that. So I think as far as the one dip challenge goes, I definitely should have done my cream contour under my foundation, which is what I do a lot of the time anyway. But as far as how it's looking, like, it does look very light. It looks very good. I'm really kind of enjoying the way that it turned out, and I think I'm using like way too much highlighter because that one swirl was definitely enough to take care of the places I needed to highlight. But other than that, yeah, I really like the way that the eye look turned out. I should use like more than 3 colors in my everyday eyeshadow routine. I think that would be really stunning because usually I'll just use like a crease color, an outer V color, and then a shimmer, and then I'll put the like deeper color under. But I really like the way that it turned out with like the different colored browns. I don't know, I think it looks really nice. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you had fun watching it. It wasn't nearly as much of a disaster as I thought it would be, but I do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you in my next one.